Dear students, welcome to mathematics online classes. Up to the last video, we have studied integration by substitution method. Now onwards, means from this class onwards, we will proceed to the next method, that is integration by partial fractions. Before going to the integration by partial fractions, we should know what is a partial fraction. Partial fraction, that was a chapter in first PUC before 2012. When state syllabus was there, that was kept as your chapter for the first PU. Now, according to the NCERT syllabus, that chapter is removed. That chapter is not there. So what we do? We will study simple. We'll come to know about what is partial fractions. See, partial fractions, it is just the writing a complex function into a sum of two or more functions. ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ರಿ, ಆ ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನನ್ನು ಎರಡು ಬೇಡ ಮೂರು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್ಗಳಾಗಿ ಬರೀತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು, ಅದೇ ಪಾರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಹೌ ವಿಲ್ ಯು ರೈಟ್? ದೆರ್ ಆರ್ 5 ಮೆಥಡ್ಸ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಡಿ. ಬಿಫೋರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ಐ ಹೋಪ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ನೋ ಅಬೌಟ್ rational number. What is a rational number? Rational number in the sense, a number can be written as p by q, where p and q are integers, is called as a rational number. Otherwise, it will be an irrational number. In the same way, here we will be integrating about rational functions. What are those? We will integrate rational functions here. What are rational functions? Rational functions in the sense are functions of the type p of x by q of x. P of x by q of x, where p and q are polynomial functions. P of x by q of x form is known as rational functions, where p of x and q of x separately they are polynomial functions. Okay, rational functions we are going to integrate. That is the first thing. Next, you see, p of x by q of x, it is in the fraction form. This fraction form is in two ways. One way is proper fraction form, another one is improper fraction form. Okay, what is the difference between proper fraction form and improper fraction form? Improper fraction form. See, suppose we have degree of p of x is less than the degree of q of x, then we say that as a proper fraction form. Here, what is the degree? Degree is the highest power of the variable. Highest power of the variable is called as a degree. If numerator degree is less than the denominator degree, then we say that fraction as a proper fraction form. Then if numerator degree is equal to or greater than denominator polynomial degree, then we say the type of rational function is in the form of improper fraction form. You see, here proper fraction form, numerator degree, otherwise degree of numerator polynomial, degree of numerator polynomial is less than degree of denominator polynomial, numerator denominator polynomial. In this case, we say it is proper fraction form. And when it is improper fraction form, this is in the improper fraction form when degree of numerator polynomial is greater than or equal to degree of denominator polynomial. In this rational function, p of x is the numerator polynomial and q of x is the denominator polynomial. Here I will write degree of p of x is less than degree of q of x. In the same way, it is in improper fraction form when degree of p of x is greater than or equal to degree of q of x. Whenever a rational function is given, you need to identify whether it is in the proper fraction form or improper fraction form. That is must and should. That is first case. Okay. Now, after identifying the given function, the given rational function is in the proper fraction form or improper fraction form, then we will proceed to the next. If it is in proper fraction form, then we will use partial fraction techniques. If it is in proper fraction form, means numerator degree is less than the denominator degree, then we use partial fraction techniques. Otherwise, what we will do? Otherwise, we can divide the numerator polynomial by denominator polynomial. We will divide it first, then we will apply the partial fraction techniques. Okay. First of all, here when p of x by q of x is in proper fraction form, then what are the partial fraction techniques? p of x by q of x ಏನಾದರೂ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಇತ್ತು ಅಂದರೆ ಪಾರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವುದನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಓಕೆ, here I will write a rational function form. Rational function I will write here. Next, here I will write partial fraction form. Partial fraction form I will write here. Okay. First of all, suppose there is a rational function is in the form, first one, if it is in the form of px plus q divided by x minus a into x minus b is there. You identify whether it is in the proper fraction form or not. Yes, it is in the proper fraction form because numerator degree is 1, and what about the denominator degree? Denominator degree you should obtain by after multiplying these two fractions. ಇವೆರಡು ಥರನೂ ನಾವು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ದೀಸ್ ಟು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್, ಇವೆರಡು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನೊಂದು ಪಾಲಿನಾಮಿಯಲ್ ಬರ್ತದಲ್ರಿ, ದಟ್ ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲೈ ದಿಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ x into x, x square, highest degree means highest power is 2, so degree is 2. Numerator degree is 1, denominator degree is 2. Numerator degree is less than the denominator's degree, hence we say it is in the proper fraction form. When it is in the proper fraction form, using the partial fraction technique, how we can write? We can equate that as a by x minus a plus b by x minus b. We can write it in this form. How will you find out a and b, capital A and capital B? We will find out by comparing these two, comparing coefficients method we will use. That finding the values of a and b you will understand while solving the problems. Okay. Now, coming to the second one. These are all the partial fraction techniques. You need to remember all those. And suppose second one, px plus q. Sorry, can it be x? Should it be x only? No, it is not like x. There is no compulsion like it has to be in x. There can be some constant also. Fine. Divided by x minus a is there. Check the second one. Is it in the proper fraction form or not? Yes, it is in the proper fraction form because numerator degree is 1 and the denominator degree is 2. It is like a minus b whole square. A minus b whole square form, you expand it. X square we will get, highest power is 2, so degree is 2 here. In place of this px plus q, you can have one constant also, 1, 2, 3 like that, any constant can be there. In that case also, it is in the proper fraction form. And what is the partial fraction form here? How will you write using partial fraction techniques? We will write this as a by x minus a, x minus a, x minus a, 2 times. Factors are 2 factors here, repeated factors, plus of b by x minus a whole square. Okay. Now coming to the third one. Px plus q, or let me take px plus q divided by x minus a into x minus b into x minus c. Here you see denominator degree is 3. 3 times x into x into x, it will be x cube. And what are the possible values, means what are the possibilities in the numerator? In numerator, possibilities are some value like r into x square. Is it possible? Numerator power is 2, denominator power is 3. Okay, in this case also it is valid. And here x cube by x raised to 4, that should not be there. Px plus q, okay, fine. Otherwise some constant q, all those are possible. Yes. Now which is equal to, what are the partial fractions here? A by x minus a plus b by x minus b plus c by x minus c. This is how we should use it. Next, fourth one. Suppose I have this square term and this one together. Next, suppose I have px plus q divided by x minus a whole square into x minus b is there. Then what we will do? Then we will take it like a by x minus a plus b by x minus a whole square plus c by x minus b. Now fifth one, very important one, somewhat different from these 4 concepts. Suppose I have px plus q, otherwise px square plus qx plus r is that, whole divided by x minus a into I have something like ax square plus bx plus c is there. You see, one square term is there. Sir, can you write it into fractions? Yes. Sorry, can we write it into factors? Yes, we can write it into factors if possible. If possible, then we can write this one. We should write it first of all before applying the partial fraction technique. If it is not possible to factorize it, where this ax square plus bx plus c can't be factorized further, ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಮತ್ತೆ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದರೆ ದೆನ್ ಹೌ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಪಾರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸ್. ಪಾರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ಸನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು. ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಮೈನಸ್ ಎ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್, ದಟ್ ಒನ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ a by x minus a, that part is finished. Now plus of, next the denominator ax square plus bx plus c is there. Now for that you take b into x plus c divided by ax square plus bx plus c, like that, like this you have to choose. This is possible only when this can't be factorized further. If it is possible to factorize, first of all you need to factorize it, then you should apply the partial fraction techniques. These are the 5 partial fraction techniques you need to remember. You may ask one question here, sir, suppose here or here instead of square, suppose cube is there, then how to apply it? Yes, same way, let me write it once. Suppose cube is there, what to do? I will write it here. That is the 6th one I am saying. We will not use this one in this integrations. We will not use this, but you should know. Suppose we have the proper fraction form as px plus q divided by, let me take x minus a whole cube is there, x minus a whole cube, which is multiplied with ax square plus bx plus c, where this can't be factorized further, ಫರ್ದರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರೆಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಕೇಸ್ ಹೌ ವಿಲ್ ಯು ರೈಟ್? ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ರೈಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆಸ್ here cube is there, x minus a whole cube is there, means this become a by x minus a plus b by x minus a whole square plus c by x minus a whole cube. Up to cube we have to consider like this, that part over. Next, plus of here ax square plus bx plus c is there. For that we write dx plus e divided by ax square plus bx plus c. Like this you need to consider. Okay, this is about the techniques of partial fractions. We should apply this partial fraction techniques only when it is in proper fraction form. Sir, suppose it is in improper fraction form, what to do? If it is in improper fraction form, then you divide the numerator by denominator first. Divide the numerator by denominator first, then you can proceed. That concept you will understand while solving the problems, you don't need to worry. Okay, now let us take problems on partial fraction technique. Example 11 in the exercise. Example 11 in the NCERT textbook. It is given, find the integral of 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 2, 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 2 into dx. This one we need to integrate. It is in which form? 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 2. Is it in the proper fraction form or improper fraction form? We have to identify. It is in proper fraction form because degree of the numerator polynomial is 0 and the degree of denominator polynomial is 2. Okay, yes, we can apply. X plus 1 is there, this we will take it as a by x plus 1 plus of, next we will take this as b by x plus 2. Then you say left hand side it is as it is 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 2, and right hand side it is, we will cross multiply a into x plus 2 plus b into x plus 1 divided by x plus 1 into x plus 2. Both side x plus 1 into x plus 2, x plus 1 into x plus 2 get cancels out. We have 1 is equal to a into x plus 2 plus b into x plus 1. Now very easily we can find out the values of a and b. You can go with comparing coefficients or just you substitute x values. X is equal to any real number we can substitute because equal to symbol is there. Let us substitute the x values and find out the values of a and b very easily. What I will do, I will substitute, see x plus 2 is there. Suppose I substitute x is equal to minus 2, this term becomes 0 and we will get the value of b very easily. Okay, let us put x is equal to minus 2 in equation 1. Then equation 1 implies 1 is equal to, left hand side and no x is there, that will be 1 only, and here a into minus 2 plus 2 plus b into minus 2 plus 1. I am substituting x is equal to minus 2 here. 1 is equal to, this become 0, minus 2 plus 2 0, 0 into a is 0, plus of b into minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1. We have 1 is equal to minus b, then value of b is minus 1. We got the value of b. Now to find out the value of a, what you do? You substitute any other real number, which any real number we can substitute, but to get the value of a very easily, we will substitute the value of x such that it makes any one term 0. Here I am substituting x is equal to minus 2 to make this first term 0, and now here I will substitute x is equal to minus 1 to make this term 0, so that we will get the value of a. Okay, there is no compulsion like we have to substitute like this only. You can substitute any real number you want. X is equal to minus 1 I am substituting now in equation 1. If I substitute that, then equation 1 implies 1 is equal to a into 1 plus 2, sorry, I am substituting minus 1, right? Here it is minus 1 plus 2 plus of b into, you see, minus 1 plus 1. 1 is equal to a into 1 plus what? B into minus 1 plus 1. That's it. This becomes 0. 1 is equal to a. Then we got the value of a is 1. Now coming to the 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 2. 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 2. What happens to this? This is simplified as 1 by x plus 1. I am putting value of a, that is 1. 1 by x plus 1 and b value is minus 1. This is minus 1 by x plus 2. Here what we did, just we have simplified this complex part into sum or difference of two functions. Okay, 1 by x plus 1 minus 1 by x plus 2. Is it correct? Whatever we did, is it correct? Is this left hand side is equal to right hand side? Yes, we can verify it by simplifying the right hand side. You simplify it, you cross multiply x plus 2 minus x minus 1. X get cancelled, 2 minus 1, yes, numerator 1, denominator will get multiplied. We are getting the same thing back. Means this is correct. Now we can go with the integration. Integration of 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 2 with respect to x is equal to integration of 1 by x plus 1 minus 1 by x plus 2 integrating with respect to x. You can take here sum of two integrals. First one is integration of 1 by x plus 1 with respect to x. Second one is integration of minus integration of 1 by x plus 2 into dx. Now it is very simple to integrate. What is integration of 1 by x plus 1? It is log of mod of x plus 1 minus of 1 by x plus 2 integration. It is log of mod of x plus 2 divided by coefficient of x you should write. Here also divided by coefficient of x you should write. Coefficient of x is anyhow 1, it is no changes at all. Plus c, integration completed. Okay. It is in the form of log m minus log n. I will use the formula using log m minus log n. This is equal to log of m by n. Using this formula, I can write here, this is log of mod of x plus 1 by x plus 2 plus c. This is how integration by partial fraction is. First thing, you should identify whether it is in the proper fraction form or improper fraction form. If it is in proper fraction form, you need to remember all those 5 techniques, apply those and proceed it. Thank you. In the next class, we will take some more problems on partial fractions.